So
white people are injecting themselves with melanin shots. Go look up MT2. Basically, it's a synthetic peptide, and it has the natural hormone of melanin in it.
You have to start asking the adult questions. Where are they getting the melanin to inject into the people?
While I share this man's concern about what they're injecting into their bodies,
tell me you're British without actually telling me you're British. Stay, spend the day outside and work today. And look at the difference. He's literally...
Melanin is the power, and that's why they are so obsessed with like these melanin shots and all these injections and things. Like, how can you hate people and then want to like have the things that they have? If you get what I'm trying to say, like, I don't think it's a coincidence that black people are being kidnapped, right? And they're getting hung in parks. They're getting seen hung in parks. They're getting seen in the rivers and things all around the world. This is America and this is England as well. And all of a sudden, these melanin shots.
If you're a woman of color, most treatments were not designed with you in mind. Let me tell you why. If you're a woman of color, your skin definitely behaves differently, and that's not a bad thing. The thing is, we have more melanin, a thicker dermis.
So let me get this straight. People are now injecting themselves with a peptide called MT2 to get the exact same brown skin that women have been told to bleach off their bodies for centuries.
finally, white people are admitting that black people have something that many of them cannot simply have naturally in the same way. To escape the sunburn as the heat waves in Europe grow worse. We're talking of melanin. Now, more and more people are talking about melanin injections, and the debate surrounding them is becoming impossible to ignore. Some people believe this trend is proof that the value of melanin is finally being recognized, but others are also raising serious concerns about the safety of these injections. And at the same time, controversial claims are spreading online about it, like where these injections really come from. What exactly, is contained in this? Are they extracting from, some people? So what exactly is happening? Brothers and sisters, stay with me as we examine, the different viewpoints, separate facts from, speculation, and uncover what exactly is fueling this growing conversation. But here's the message. White people are now finally admitting there is power in melanin, which is in black people. Otherwise, let's watch the video and I'll see you somewhere for more commentaries. If this is your first time, please subscribe so we can have more of these conversations. I'll see you at the end for more discussions.
So white people are injecting themselves with melanin shots. Go look up MT2. Basically, it's a synthetic peptide, and it has the natural hormone of melanin in it. It helps them with their libido, to reduce their appetite, and to quote unquote stimulate deeper tanning. Okay, so you can't make this type of stuff up. Now, do y'all hate us, love us, want to be us? The infatuation is crazy. And it's really crazier because majority of these people that I'm seeing in these MT2 videos are also deeply racist. At this point, it has to be a mental health disorder, because what are we doing? What's crazy is they want our skin complexion, but they don't want our blues. They could never live through the black experience in this country, or anywhere around the world for that matter. But y'all, look at all of these pictures and videos. Like, this stuff is really real. So initially when I seen this, I wanted to laugh because the hypocrisy is crazy. You really want to be us. But then I started to realize that this is extremely concerning, because if they're getting these melanin shots off the black market, where in the world do you think that they're getting the melanin from? I give y'all a few seconds to think about that. Now, it's a whole bunch of black people that have gone missing. It's a whole bunch of stories about black lynchings and black people being found dead, but being stuffed with paper because our organs are gone. Y'all, we're being harvested. But like they say, melanin is more precious than diamonds and gold. Y'all stay safe out there. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about the story.
So I'm out sunbathing in the garden yesterday, and I forgot to take my face mask off.
Mate, I look like that fucking ice cream, that Neapolitan shit. Overseas in Europe, I hit a shirt, bought a watch.
Couldn't find my own glasses, so I thought I'd wear either.
1, 2, 3.
And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
Just want some coaching? It's cool, I just want to dig. Yeah. That's my evil...
It'll turn chocolate before you know it, sweet thing.
This is exciting.
Oh, you scratched my back!
Don't call, just text me. Bitch, you slow, can't get off.
I'm just a girl.
The power is definitely in melanin. You see, society tries to make lighter skin look like it's way better when really in the universe, universally speaking, the darker skin is better, biologically speaking. Melanin is power. Melanin is superpower. And I'm not just saying it just to make it sound cliche and make it sound great or try uplift people's insecurities. I'm really saying the facts. Melanin is the power. And that's why they are so obsessed with like these melanin shots and all these injections and things. Like, how can you hate people and then want to like have the things that they have? If you get what I'm trying to say, like, I don't think it's a coincidence that black people are being kidnapped, right? And they're getting hung in parks. They're getting seen hung in parks. They're getting seen in the rivers and things all around the world. This is America and this is England as well. And all of a sudden, these melanin shots have just come about. Although they've been about for so many years, but they've just come about. And I don't believe it's synthetic things. I believe it's real melanin that they're using to inject themselves. Because when you see these YT people inject themselves with the melanin injection, like, they start to look like a real black person. I'm telling you, it doesn't look synthetic at all. They're so fascinated about the skin, what the skin holds, what the black skin holds. They're so fascinated about what the black skin holds and what it does. Like, I've seen a video talk about how they're so fascinated that if it produces electricity, it works well in electricity, in electric circuits, because like I keep trying to tell you, that the skin is carbon. The skin is carbon. That's why when the sun hits your skin, it gets amplified. Your skin gets amplified. Your vessel gets amplified. You're able to do greater things. You're able to feel better, even though that is for everybody. But it has the most effect on black people.
You have to start asking the adult questions. Where are they getting the melanin to inject into the people?
While I share this man's concern about what they're injecting into their bodies, in the comments there was a suggestion that people are essentially extracting the melanin from the cadavers of black people and then injecting that melanin into themselves. That is not the case of what's happening. Rather, they are injecting a synthetic peptide hormone known as melanocyte stimulating hormone, which increases the production of melanocytes or melanin and also increases the risk of melanoma. So I do not support the use of melanotan, but I also want to dispel the myth that they are actually extracting the melanin from black people.
To my people who was naturally born with melanin in y'all skin, y'all are going to want to hear this shit. They are now getting melanin injections.
And TikTok this for entertainment purposes only.
We have been darker.
I was thinking when you sat down, you're looking very pale. This is all well and good. I mean, you have the, as you say, you've got the messy tanning products, and then you try the sunbeds.
Yeah.
And then there's the injections.
Look at her.
So this was your brother, wasn't it?
Yeah, my brother.
So explain how this happened.
He just came in one day and he was a completely different colour, and we were like, what actually happened? And he was like, it was tannin injections, and then obviously Ben had to try them.
I don't have that much time on my hands to go outside and enjoy the beautiful weather lately, and I want to be tan by summer, so this is the safest and fastest way to achieve that. So this is my Melanotan vial. It will come in the mail and it looks like this. It does have to be refrigerated. We also will provide you with alcohol prep swabs and insulin needle. So you'll take the alcohol swab, wipe off the top, just so it's sterile. Uncap the top, you have a fine needle.
This is what we're doing, gang. We got melanin injections now. Yeah. Entertaining. Very entertaining. Let me know what y'all think about these melanin injections in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
Looking very pale. This is all well and good.
The question is, where are they getting the melanin from? Because I seriously doubt anybody is donating melanin to anybody. This is why people are coming up missing. Because can't beat them, join them, huh? Get rid of them and think that you can trick the Most High to think that y'all are the original. There's no way you can trick God.
My good God, you would not believe how much I get this question. No, they do not work without the sun or sunbeds. I did say they are magic. They're not that magic. You do need to have 1 or 2 sunbeds a week until the summer. In the summer, you won't need to have any, but you'll see that anyway as your colour develops. What other question do I get a lot? Can't think now. There's another question that I get quite a lot. But yeah, no, I don't know if fake tan probably tans you without the sun or sunbeds, but I don't think injections do. To be fair, you do notice a little bit of a difference in your complexion the first couple of injections, but you won't get a suntan, no. But like I said, in the summer you won't need to have any injections. Okay, so I think I touched base on that. And any other questions, just DM me.
Nobody hates white skin quite as much as white people. As you can probably see, I am not a very melanated person. My melanin comes in the form of freckles. All my life, especially when I was younger, when my skin was fresh and new and not so sun damaged, I was ripped for the colour of my skin, for my complexion. Only ever by other white people. I have been told, get some fake tan on there, girl. Get to the sunbeds. Take some melanin injections to help you tan better. And when a little bit of sunshine comes to the UK, what do we see immediately? Men with their top off, no SPF, drenching themselves in tanning oil. The stench of stale biscuits fills the air because the girlies are layering on their St. Maria's fake tan. And the sunbed shops are fully booked with people frying their skin just in an attempt to be a bit darker. The funniest part is I live in the UK, the same UK that complains about the rise of multiculturalism, the same UK where people talk about protecting British values. Mate, you can't even protect your own skin. Why are you caring about someone else's? I don't spend a lot of time trying to understand racists, because I never will. I'm a good person, but I can only assume that a lot of it boils down to envy. The irony of white supremacists purposely trying to make their skin darker will never not be funny to me.
If you're a woman of colour, most treatments were not designed with you in mind. Let me tell you why. If you're a woman of colour, your skin definitely behaves differently, and that's not a bad thing. The thing is, we have more melanin, a thicker dermis, and our healing response is a little bit stronger. This basically means when we get treatments done correctly, we get a better result. But here's the issue. Not all practitioners understand melanated skin. So what happens? Wrong depth, wrong product, wrong expectations. Skin boosters on black skin are a different ballgame entirely. They're about hydration, repair, and preventing inflammation that leads to hyperpigmentation. This series, I'm breaking everything down properly. No gatekeeping. If you want to know more about your skin and how to get the best out of it, follow.
Tell me you're British without actually telling me you're British. Stay. Spent the day outside and work today. And look at the difference. He's literally... I wonder if it'll stick to his back. Yeah. Steve's a walking squashy. It's stuck on. Steve. Do we think Steve wore sun cream today? Did you wear sun cream?
Does it look like I did?
Weirdly enough, it's not actually sore, the sunburn, but it is red and hot. I've put it's like a big tub of aloe vera that had been in the fridge. That's on his back. But he came home about 6 o'clock. And when he's gone upstairs to obviously get changed out of his uniform, I was like, wow, Ivy came in and she was like, you're red. Safe to say that he has very, very fair skin. I don't even know if he's going to tan. I don't know whether or not it's just going to go white or whether or not he might even go a little bit dark.
Am I the only one who thinks that when a white person intentionally changes their skin color, like that's a bit problematic? And I'm not talking about like a sun-kissed like glow, more about when they like tan extremely to the point that their skin color matches the skin color of another race, because I don't really hear a lot of people talking about it, and it just feels super off to me because I feel like white people, they're able to like change their skin color to match another race, but at the end of the day, they're still white, and so they don't have to go through what the other race that has that skin color has to go through, if that makes sense. Like, it's just so odd to me. And like, I've never really thought about it that way, and then I randomly like was like hearing about someone. I mean, there is a discourse with Odessa, and I think that's what brought this to mind. And I just like stopped and I was like, oh, that's really odd. But like, am I the only one who thinks that? Because I don't ever hear anybody talking about it. And I'm sure there's another side of the argument, but I have a feeling it might come from people who are offended by this because it's something that they do.
So let me get this straight. People are now injecting themselves with a peptide called MT2 to get the exact same brown skin that women have been told to bleach off their bodies for centuries. Someone make that make sense. And here's the part that we should all be concerned about. MT2 is a synthetic version of a hormone that tells your body to produce more melanin. It's not FDA approved, not for tanning, not for anything. So what people are injecting is unregulated. No oversight on the purity, no oversight on the dose. And the side effects, I'm talking nausea, blood pressure changes, and here's the most concerning one. It darkens your moles and can change them. And you know dermatologists have flagged that because changing moles are exactly what to look out for with skin cancer. People are risking that for melanin. For melanin, we were told to hide. Here's what I know. My grandmother stayed out of the sun. My mother was handed Fair and Lovely before she was handed a diploma. We were told to marry someone with more fair skin. We were told to wear lighter colored makeup. We were told to never let melanin win. A whole industry was built around convincing brown women that the skin we were born in needed to be changed. And now it's a needle. It's a trend. It's a vial with no FDA approval. But let me tell you something that the marketing team won't. The brown skin was never the deviation. The brown skin has always been the standard. We have been glowing in the sun while the world told us to hide it. So let me be clear about what's happening here. The same skin you sold us creams to erase, you're buying needles to fake. The brown skin girls didn't change. The story did.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Now, let's talk about it. You see, first when I, heard about, white people risking their health just to become darker, just to look black, I honestly, had more questions than answers. I mean, why would anyone inject something into their own body just to achieve, a skin tone they were not naturally born with? Moreover, just to look like people they don't like to see, just to look like, black people. And as Europe, India, and other parts of the world continue facing, record-breaking heat waves, it also makes you wonder whether some people believe darker skin alone is some kind of, a shortcut to handling extreme sunlight. But biology is far more complicated than that. Melanin does not, help protect the skin from like ultraviolet radiation, yet it does not make anyone immune to heat, dehydration, or, heat stroke. So before believing every claim which is made online, I think it's important to separate scientific facts from internet speculation. Now, with that said, here are like 5 biggest messages that stood out to me about, these white people, these, black people, what they are sharing in this video. So anyway, let's talk about it. First, White people are now finally recognizing that melanin has real biological value. Let's talk about it. You see, for generations, for a long period of time, many people with darker skin were made to feel like their natural complexion was something to hide, or, something they must change. Like, to be black, you are dated. To be black, it means, all sorts of kinds of things were attached to blackness as evil. You are not green, all those things. But today we are seeing conversations where people are actively trying to become darker, are actively trying to look black, to be black, to have more melanin like black people. So I think that's something so interesting. Like, finally we can have these discussions. So whether through tanning, sprays, or controversial injections that we are hearing in this video, it shows that melanin is no longer being viewed only as a disadvantage as it used to. Science has long, shown that melanin helps protect the skin from ultraviolet damage. Now, that does not mean that one skin tone is better than the other. I think let's also have that kind of disclaimer, but it does remind us that every human feature exists for a biological reason. I don't know what, whiteness biologically really means to human beings. I don't know, but yeah, God may have put it deliberately. There might be some goodness to that, though I've never come to that. Second, chasing beauty trends should never come before your health. Your health really matters. And I think this is one of the strongest themes in this video. Like, willingness of some people to take health risks for appearance. Now, if a product is unregulated, not approved by health authorities, and it carries possible side effects, then people should think carefully, should think twice before using it. I mean, using it, like trend on social media, something which is trending on social media, may disappear in a few months. But the consequences of unsafe injections, all these things, can last much longer. Beauty should never come at the expense of your well-being. You just want to join in the trend of some sort of beauty at that particular time. Trends will always go. That's why it's called a trend. Now, the third thing that was also discussed in this video is about the facts. Facts matter as much as emotions. Now, this video included claims that melanin is being extracted from black people. Those we're talking of these injections, wherever they are manufactured, they are extracted from black people. Now, those claims have spread widely online, but here I can say I think there's no credible evidence supporting that. I don't want to be here to be like I'm supporting this, or I'm trying to encourage. Those people who believe is that, I support them. Those people who don't believe it's coming from black people, I also support them. Whatever your claim is, you may have reasons for that. So I'm not here to stop anybody from believing. I'm not here to stop, to make somebody start believing. No, I'm not doing that. But the available scientific evidence indicates that products like, melanotan, synthetic compounds designed to, stimulate the body's own melanin production, not injections containing, melanin taken from other people. As the other people suggest that almost every human being under the earth has some melanin in them. Even white people have, but maybe amount really matters, which means in every person there are some organs that are responsible for production of melanin. Maybe they use this just to stimulate those organs to produce more melanin. We don't know. But I'm not here to say they are extracting from black people or they are not extracting from black people. I really don't know. But yeah, it is understandable why people ask difficult questions. Like that person in the beginning say, I think we need to have this question. Where are they taking this melanin from? But I think it is equally important to follow the evidence wherever it leads, scientific evidence that is. So the fourth thing which is discussed in this video is conversation. Revealing changing attitudes towards skin color. You see, for decades, for a long period of time, skin lightening products were heavily marketed in many parts of the world. Now, at the same time, Some people are spending money just trying to achieve, darker skin just to look like black people. I mean, that alone is impossible to ignore. We really can't ignore that. It shows how, beauty standards continue to shift, continue to change over time as time goes. This is not the first time. Some people want to change their skin. There are even black people who don't have to be black. They use some of these just to look like white people. We cannot deny that fact as well. Hopefully, the lesson is not that everyone should try to look like somebody. No, I think that's not the lesson. But that people should learn to appreciate the skin they naturally have instead of constantly chasing, the next trend. Because trends will always come. Finally, let's talk about what also other people are discussing in this video about melanin. Like, melanin is not a magic shield against the climate. As the heat waves become more frequent across, Europe, across India, and maybe many other parts of other regions, but I mostly know about Europe and India, people are understandably looking for ways to cope, including maybe black people who are also in that. But darker skin alone does not prevent heat exhaustion. No, you can also be exhausted from heat wave or heat stroke. Everyone, regardless of their skin color, still needs shade, water, and sunscreen wherever appropriate, and protection from extreme temperatures. Okay, why am I saying this? I came across a certain article that in many parts, in some parts of the world, white people expose black people to sun just because they have like melanin, without giving them some sort of protection, the sunscreen, all that, just because they have melanin. No, even black people can also be exposed to sun and have some body feeling after they have been in sun for so long. Only that with black people is a little bit harder than compared to white people, but still we're not trying to say having melanin as a black person then is a shield that somebody can use you as you are just a tool. For example, a shovel or a wheelbarrow, you can put it in the sun the whole day because it's just a tool. So don't use black people as a tool. They can also feel bad when they're in sun for so long. Now, climate change, challenges, almost everyone of us, even if our skin responds differently. Okay, it's about, like somebody says, it's about the amount of sun. Okay, when it's too much, everyone can be affected. But at the end of the day, this discussion is bigger than these injections. It's bigger than white people injecting themselves just to look like black people so they can escape this heat wave. It's about health. It's about identity. It's about beauty. It's about science. Okay, scientific evidence and how society views different skin tones. I hope conversations like this encourage people to value themselves. Okay, without looking at other people and admire, wishing they were born like that. It can never happen. You just have to accept you are like that. Okay, so these conversations must encourage people to value themselves without feeling pressure to imitate black people, to imitate someone else, or gamble with their health for something which is like trending online. Now, I want to hear from you, brothers and sisters. Like, do you think this growing interest in melanin reflects changing beauty standards in the world? What exactly is your take? Or like simply another social media trend that will eventually fade as time goes? What do you think are like the concerns made in this video? Are they worth debating, or I don't know? So brothers and sisters, share your thoughts down below in the comments, because this is definitely a conversation worth having. But my takeaway message is, finally, they are admitting that the black people have something that they can never naturally have, regardless of the millions of money they have. They can buy. But anything synthetic is synthetic. It can never be in genes. They may have all these injections, okay, as white people. They may look like black people, but their DNA will never inherit that. Their children will still be white people. Maybe their children may also need some injections. I don't know. These are just my take. See you next time, and I'm proud of you.